Good morning. My name is Lara Silva, and this is Joseph Partida and Tyler Juarez. We would like to introduce our veteran, Mrs. Trevino. Mrs. Trevino was a specialist for in the United States Army Reserve and proudly served her country for 6 years. She received her basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and Fort Lee, Virginia. She received the Marksmanship Medal for shooting an M16. Mrs. Trevino was a material control and accounting specialist, Alpha 76. She says that the Army helped me become goal-oriented and responsible. I learned how to be motivated and dedicated. Currently, Mrs. Trevino is the language arts teacher for the Rice Elves. We present to you Mrs. Edith Trevino.
Mrs. Trevino's mother is also here with us this morning with Edith Espinosa. She's sitting on this side of the
Mr. Gonzalez was in the Navy for 3 years as a third-class petty officer. He received his basic training at San Diego, California. He was stationed at Yokosuka, Japan. While in the Navy, Mr. Gonzalez visited Hong Kong, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Australia, the Philippines, Korea, and Hawaii. Currently, Mr. Gonzalez is a BMU teacher at Miller Jordan. We present Mr. Eddie Gonzalez.
Good morning. My name is Montserrat Garcia, and this is Patrick Rodriguez. We would like to introduce our veteran, Mr. Stephen Mongoria. Mr. Mongoria Meridian, Missouri. He was awarded the Good Conduct Medal and was an honor graduate student from the Leadership School. He traveled to Okinawa, Japan, and Iwakuni, Japan. While in the Marine Corps, he adopted many leadership traits and would recommend it to anyone who is looking for a challenge. Currently, he is an LOTC assistant at Miller Jordan and Brenta Cavazza Middle School. We present Mr. Stephen Longoria.
Good morning. My name is Claudia Torres, and this is Reina Garcia, and we would like to introduce our veteran, Mr. Trejo. Mr. Trejo served his country for 8 years in the United States Navy. His rank was E5. He received his basic training at Great Lake, Illinois. He received the Good Conduct Medal twice. While in the Navy, he visited several points of interest, including Japan, China, Hawaii, Australia, Singapore, Thailand, and Saudi Arabia. Mr. Trejo was aboard the USS Comstock for 5 years. His job was to prepare meals for 350 sailors 3 times a day. Mr. Trejo took advantage of his service in the Navy by attending college and needs only 5 more classes to complete his major in history. Currently, he is a LOTC teacher at Miller Jordan and at Brenta Cavazza and is unable to be here with this morning due to a prior commitment. Mr. Victor Alfonso Trejo.
Good morning. My name is Sierra Flores, and this is Liana Gonzalez and Montserrat Garcia. And we would like to introduce our veteran, Mr. Romeos. Mr. Romeos was in the United States Navy, and his rank was Petty Officer 3rd Class. He was in the Navy for 4 active years and 2 inactive years. He received the Good Conduct Medal. While in the Navy, Mr. Romeos was stationed at Norfolk, Virginia, and San Diego, California. He visited Spain, Italy, France, Japan, Australia, Puerto Rico, the Philippine Islands, and Hong Kong, China. Currently, Mr. Romeos is the history teacher in the Longhorn team. Mr. Romeos.
Good morning. My name is Bianca Jimenez, and this is Christian Gano and Michael Gloria, and we would like to introduce our veteran, Mr. Torres. Mr. Torres served his country by enlisting in the
United States Marine Corps Reserve for 6 years. His rank was Lance Corporal while in the reserve. He received his basic training at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego, California. He received the Service Medal and was stationed in San Antonio with the 4th Recon Battalion, USMCI, at Fort Sam Houston. While in the reserves, he was able to travel to Puerto Rico and California. Currently, Mr. Thornton is a team leader for the University of Houston Cougars and is also the lieutenant coach at Miller Jordan. We present to you Mr. Mike Thornton.
We have Miss Marianne Garza. Her son was Private First Class Juan G. Garza from the 1st Battalion, 4th Infantry, who was killed by a sniper in the Iraqi Freedom War. Her daughter is Valerie Garza. Next, we have Mr. Tony Morales with the United States Marine Corps, whose mother is Miss Rosemary Delgado and aunt is Mary Jane Bejarano. Ms. Delgado also wants us to recognize her nephew, Jerry Daniel Perez, who's unable to be here with us this morning, but he's an uncle to Alisa Arredondo. Mr. Raul Javier Trejo, who was with the U.S. Army, and his niece is our own Marisa Maldonado. We're also very honored to have Mr. Jesus Plata and his wife, Ms. Celia Plata. Mr. Plata was in World War II with the U.S. Army. His daughter is our own coach, Belinda Perez, and today is also his birthday. Mr. Plata. We also have with us Mr. Francisco Gomez and his wife, Grandma Elia Gomez, who fought in the Korean War with the U.S. Army, and whose granddaughter is Clarissa Gomez. We have with us Mr. Frank Jimenez, who was the U.S. Navy, and whose daughter is Bianca Jimenez.